Hello and welcome to this guided meditation for meeting our Grandmother Spirit Counsel. Within each and every one of us sits a council of grandmother spirits, here to deeply support us along the way of our journey. In ancient matriarchal cultures, each initiate on the path of becoming would have been guided to meet their spirit council. Spirit councils are important because they represent a place within us, a wellspring of wisdom that we can call upon in times of need. Our grandmother spirits sit at the wellspring within our soul, here to guide us, offer their wisdom, and support us in the journey of walking this path. It is your birthright to meet your grandmother spirit council, to bring to them your questions, your worries, your struggles, your joy, and for them to offer you reflection, support, and love along the way. Journey with me today as we meet our Grandmother Spirit Counsel, setting your space for this beautiful shamanic journey, perhaps lighting a candle or setting some intentions, maybe even taking a moment to ponder on what you would like to bring to them, what wisdom you would like to receive. This can be a question, it can be anything. So just take a moment to settle into your space here today. Getting comfortable, setting up the space beneath you to hold your body, and then taking some nice deep breaths. Just coming down into the very center of you, bringing your awareness down to your pelvic bowl, to your root chakra. Bringing those inhalations all the way down there now. Just focusing on filling your belly up and feeling it exhale and release. Letting your breath rise up to the top of your head and softening back down to the toes. Just taking some time here to find some rhythm within your breath. Taking all the time that you need. And as you bring your breath down to your root chakra, I invite you to envision a root beginning to emerge there, reaching down for the earth beneath you, down through the floor, down through the topsoil, the sand, the silt, spiraling down through the layers of rock, the layers of earth, and reaching down to plug you into the very center, connecting you to fresh green earth energy from Mama Gaia. Just letting that fresh green earth energy rise up this root cord, tapping into you, and letting anything you carried with you into this meditation today just fall down that grounding cord. Taking another minute here, taking some nice deep, slow breaths, just feeling your whole body release any tension, any tightness. Just letting all that fall away. And then bringing your awareness down to that root chakra again, and bringing it down even further, feeling yourself just dropping all the way down that grounding cord, down to the center of the earth. And dropping down even further now, down into the very heart, the forest within. Dropping down into the inner forest that lives within you at the very heart of the earth, the underground forest, feeling yourself just softly land down in a beautiful old growth forest, gently passing the tops of trees, feeling your feet softly thud on the pine needle path. The air is light around you. There's hints of birdsong. The air smells of pine and fir trees, crisp and clear. And as you begin to meander down this path that you've landed upon, you just simply notice this beautiful forest you have arrived in. Noticing any other plant allies that are here. Noticing the types of trees. Any smells or peculiar noises that you pick up on. Any smells or peculiar noises that you pick up on. And ahead of you on the path, the air begins to shimmer. And before you appears an animal guide, unique to you, but here to guide you even deeper towards the meeting place of your Grandmother Counsel. Just noticing that animal as it appears in the shimmering air on the path ahead of you. Noticing if it's a familiar animal or a new guide in your life. And just trusting that this animal is here to guide you further down the path. And it turns and you follow it, winding just a little bit deeper through the forest now, making your way, taking your time. And up ahead of you, you begin to notice that the trees are thinning out just a little bit. And you get curious about this as you continue walking down this path, following your animal guide. But noticing that there's a slight change in the air around you. Perhaps a hint of something on a gentle breeze that begins to make its way to your nose, to your body, to your senses. And you start to hear the sound of waves lapping quietly on a shore. And ahead of you, you can tell that the trees are getting more sparse, thinning out, opening to make space, making space for a great body of water. A pure mountain lake beginning to reveal itself to you ahead of the path. And as you start to become aware of this great body of water, you feel even more magnetized towards this path, coming to the edge of the forest, where the forest meets the shore of this pristine mountain lake. The lake is surrounded by trees on all sides, and there's a small dock with a lantern ahead of you. And from the mists over the lake emerges an ancient boat. Take a moment to notice what this boat looks like. Notice any details. Notice the size, the style. And just take this in as this boat comes to quietly stop at this little dock, as if it has arrived solely for you. The waves lapping at the boat's sides. Then you step forward, your animal guide pausing at the dock, there awaiting your return, having safely guided you to this moment. And you walk up and you take the lantern in your hand, carrying it down the dock and stepping onto this boat, making your way to the bow. And as you find your place at the bow of this boat, this ancient vessel guiding you deeper, the boat begins to take off into the mists. And you don't know what's ahead of you, but you know that you fully trust that you are being led to exactly where you need to be. You can feel that when this boat brings you to the other shores, something ancient and sacred is waiting for you there. And so you trust as you stand at the bow of this boat and you part the mists bit by bit as you cross this pure mountain lake to the other side. And up ahead, you begin to make out the shape of another shore with another forest and another dock awaiting your arrival. The boat bumps gently against the dock, landing softly upon these other shores. And you, with your lantern, make your way off of the boat. You hang up the lantern at the dock and follow the little path through an ancient arched gate and into the forest once more. This forest has a different feeling At the very center, it seems to pulse with a living breath. The forest is filled with ancient, huge redwood trees, reaching so tall above you, you cannot see the tops, and so wide, you could not wrap your arms around them. And from the center of this forest, you hear an ancient beating of hearts. And up over the sound of the heartbeats floats the Grandmother Spirit's voices. A gentle humming begins to emerge, drifting on the wind, making its way to you. You continue down the forested path until you come to a clearing. A full moon circle of trees gathered around an ancient stone wellspring. And upon the edge of this wellspring sits a silver chalice. As you approach the wellspring, you pick up the chalice in your hands and you look down into the crystal clear water, which begins to shimmer. Deep in this water, light flecks, spiraling, dancing, swirling, and cascading. And you dip this silver chalice into the wellspring, bringing the cup to your lips, drinking deep of this sacred well. The water is cool and crisp and sweet. And as you set it down, as you bring the cup down from your lips, one by one, around the wellspring, your grandmother spirits begin to appear. They emerge from the forest, creating a great council all around you. Notice who is gathering here with you. Take note of each spirit as she arrives, looking her in the eyes and acknowledging her presence here today. Some of these spirits may be familiar to you. Some may be ancestors, loved ones lost recently, or ancient guides from many moons ago. All are here to support you. All who gather here are well in spirit and here to walk the path along with you. Take a moment to walk around your spirit council, greeting each grandmother spirit, looking into her eyes and witnessing the love within. Notice her presence. Notice the way each spirit carries herself, acknowledging that all of these energies live within you. And after you say hello to each of your grandmother spirits, I invite you to allow a question to ripple up from the depths of your belly to ask of your counsel today. This can be anything that you are needing wisdom on, anything that you are struggling with, anything you wish to be witnessed. Speak this to your counsel. Ask them for their guidance. The grandmother spirits are here to walk alongside you. Let them in. Listen to what they have to say. Taking a few moments to tune in with them here. And when you feel ready and they have answered whatever inquiry you've brought to them, walk around and thank each of your grandmother council members. Walk around and take each of them by the hand. Acknowledge their presence is here for you. And know that at any time you can receive their love and support. That at any time you can travel to this wellspring, take a long drink from the waters, and call upon your grandmother council. Call upon their guidance, their knowledge, their love. Call upon them in times of need, in times of struggle, or call upon them to share your joys. And when you feel that your time meeting them is complete, you can step back up to the wellspring. Take a long drink from the pure waters. Say your thanks and turn to say goodbye. Watching your grandmothers one by one make their way back into the forest. As you turn to also make your way back. And as you walk down the path back towards the dock, you hear from deep within the heart of this forest the heartbeat of the grandmother spirits once more. The echo, the murmur of their sweet voices, a gentle hum drifting on the wind. And you carry this heartbeat and this song forward with you, nestling these prayer seeds deep into your heart and womb, making your way towards the little dock, through the ancient arched gate, gathering the lantern and setting foot back on the old boat. Parting the mists once more, you make your way across the mountain lake, back towards the other shore. You can see on the dock awaits your spirit guide, your spirit animal. And as you leave this forest within forests, you feel a sense of peace, a sense of wellness, a wholeness that floods your body. And you know that no matter what, you are never truly alone. That your grandmother counsel is always with you, always available to you. You follow your animal spirit away from the dock, back to the forest path, through the old growth pines, firs, and hemlocks, back to the lightness, back to the sound of birdsong, the crisp smell of resin, of sap, pine. And as you come to the end of the trail, a feeling of lightness floods over you, lifting you, rising you up, softly drifting up past the boughs of cedars, feeling their gentle caress on your way, up past the tops of the trees, up into the layers of earth beneath you, up through the sand and the silt, the rocks and the clay, the topsoil, the floor, and gently arriving back into your body where it lays or sits, cradled by the furniture beneath you. Slowly coming back to the physical sensation of living in the temple you house. Wiggling maybe just your pinky toe, or gently stretching your legs and arms, just bringing some slow movement back to your body before stretching out a little bit bigger, before opening your eyes and orienting to the room around you. And as you come back to the space around you, just notice how you feel. And recall the faces that you met in your council. Maybe taking a moment to write these or your experience in your journal. Maybe writing down any names that you received that you didn't know. Names of the grandmothers in your council. Writing down anything that felt significant that you might want to reflect upon later. And just remembering that you're never alone. That at any time you can travel back, even in just a few moments, to your grandmother spirits and ask for their guidance. And that they're always walking alongside you, always here to support and be with you. The grandmother spirits never judge or shame. They meet you within the heart of hearts. They meet you in the soul place. Call upon them. Get to know them, and you will feel how within just one moment they can be there. With any practice like this, we are fine-tuning a skill. We are strengthening a muscle, flexing it, getting good at using it. If you didn't meet your grandmother council, or you got stuck or distracted somewhere in there, or maybe only one person showed up, don't worry. This is a skill set that can take time to grow. And the more open to receiving your counsel you are, the easier it gets. The more trusting in who you meet there, the visions, the wisdom, the words, the stronger this skill becomes. Keep calling upon them. It doesn't have to be perfect. And trust that what you receive there is real. I hope that this journey to meeting your grandmother spirit counsel deeply supports you in your path. And may you always remember that you are never alone.